During spiritual awakening, you may encounter this period of time called the hermit phase, or what I prefer to call the isolation stage of spiritual awakening. This is where we withdraw ourselves from the world and we do a lot of self-reflection and introspection so that we can connect deeper with our spiritual self. But there may come a time where you have this desire to return to the external world. If you're wondering if your hermit phase is coming to an end or whether it's time for you to face the world again, today I'm going to share with you my experience and the 5 signs to look out for. Number 1, you feel inspired to do something more with your life. Let me explain. The desire to do something is not ego-driven. It's unlike the days before you are spiritually awakened, when you do things to achieve something. For example, you do your work to earn money, or you want to get some material stuff or possession, or you want to try to get a specific partner. Instead, this desire to do something is inspirational based. Your spirit is calling you to do something or experience something greater than what you have been experiencing. When you are in the hermit phase, you don't feel like doing anything. Nothing really interests you very much, and you are at peace with nothingness. But at the same time, you don't have any idea where you want to go or what you want to do. You just take your days very slowly, day by day, and you're just being with your authentic self. But when your hermit phase is ending, you may find that you suddenly feel a surge of energy to do something. It's almost like you cannot not do the thing that you are being drawn towards. You see signs everywhere telling you to do the thing, or you may have a dream that tells you to do that thing. You feel a calling towards something. Like in my case, I was in my comfort zone, writing blog posts. Then in 2022, I felt this strong calling to start a YouTube channel. Ideas and insight keeps coming to me. Whatever fear I have, like the discomfort I have being in front of the camera, or having doubts about my communication skills or pronunciation, I have to put them all aside. The flow, the calling is so great, it's greater than my fear, and I have to follow it. Number 2, you feel a shift in terms of your energy. When we are in the hermit phase of spiritual awakening, we shift our focus from external to internal. When it's about to end, we shift our focus from internal back to the external. There is a period of time after spiritual awakening, I just don't want to talk to anyone. I was so tired of joining all the social groups or networking groups, and I left several groups on my WhatsApp. And I also deleted some of my social media accounts like LinkedIn. I don't wish to hang out with my friends. I don't care about the drama happening around me. I don't wish to listen to other people's life or listen to them talk about their problems. I just want to be alone and I want to be with myself. Does this sound familiar to you? Like you just want to shut yourself out from the external world. Then one day, suddenly this interest come back again. And it's not because I felt lonely and I needed someone to talk to. I was actually feeling very peaceful in my isolation stage. It's just that I have this newfound desire to share with people my experience. And I didn't go back to my old groups. I still don't have the desire to talk to my friends from the past because they kind of remind me of my past self, the old me that doesn't exist anymore. Instead, I was drawn to new people who are more open to spirituality, and people whose energy I resonate better with. When your hermit phase is ending, you feel this interest to share your spiritual experiences to other people and hear about other people's experiences. But of course, when we are stepping out after being in the hermit phase for so long, it's not like you're like, hello everybody, I'm here. you're gonna go back and forth between wanting to interact with others and being alone. You're still getting used to this new shift in terms of energy from internal to external, and you're calibrating to this new energy. If you feel that it's too much when you interact with others, you may want to go back to your cave for a couple of months, to take a break first before you go back out and interact some more. This will be the integration stage of spiritual awakening, but overall, you feel a shift in terms of energy. You are more open to interacting with others and also the outer world. So the third sign is you have this desire to go somewhere. When you are in the hermit phase of spiritual awakening, you are happy at where you are. You don't have to go anywhere. Some of you may live in your car or van. Some of you are just happy in your own house or your room. Before my spiritual awakening, I travel like once a year. Like most people, I kind of use travel as a means of happiness or reward to keep me motivated. It's something that we look forward to when we are working, maybe in something that we don't like to do, so that we can enjoy that 4 to 7 days of holiday and joy and happiness. But after I was spiritually awakened, I only traveled twice so far. I only travel like once every 4 years. I don't really have this desire to go anywhere because where I am is already very satisfying for me and I feel very content with where I am. So during the lockdown in 2020, when we are not able to travel anywhere or go anywhere, the travel restriction didn't affect me much because I was in the hermit phase. I didn't have the desire or intention to go anywhere in the first place. However, when your isolation stage is ending, you may start to feel a little bit restless in your own cave. Like sometimes I just feel like I need to go somewhere, but I may not even know where I want to go. I just have this desire to go somewhere and just wander aimlessly or just follow my intuition. Going somewhere without any direction feels better than staying at home. Your desire to travel overseas and explore the world will come back again. Like for me, I haven't been traveling much, but lately I feel the excitement about traveling again and explore like places that I've never been to. When your hermit phase is ending, your introspection phase of spiritual awakening feels complete and your soul is eager for more experiences. It's like you are done in a certain place. There are no more insight you can receive from that place anymore, and you need to move somewhere else and you need to experience something new to have more insight and new insights. Some of you may be drawn to travel in certain places that resonate with your vibe. You may go to like spiritual retreats, or you want to hide in places that give you new spiritual insight or understanding, or you may go for solo travel to places that most tourists don't go. Some of you may even have this calling to move to another city or country, a place that you never even thought you would live in. When you are in the hermit phase, you may feel like you could live in your house forever and there's no need to interact with anyone else. But that is just our mind's fixed interpretation of the situation. Every moment is different. Our mind can only extrapolate based on what we experience now. But when the hermit phase comes to an end, you suddenly feel that it's time for a new chapter. It's time to let go of the isolation. It's time to go somewhere and have a new experience. And there may be no particular reason for this. Your spirit is just calling you to a new beginning, and you may receive an intuitive message of a destination, sometimes even through your dreams, and you will feel a very deep resonance to be there. Sign number 4, you're ready to deal with other people. During the hermit phase, the reason why there is a need to be away from other people is because you're still learning about this newfound spiritual experience. And because you are not rooted in the spiritual perspective yet, people can easily influence you. And that's why you need to go inwards. Also, you are very sensitive to other people's energy. So you need more alone time and boundaries to protect yourself from other people. But when your hermit phase is ending, you are more stabilized in your spiritual perspective. So you are more ready to face the world. The things that other people say don't trigger you so much, so you don't have to avoid them. You also have better energetic boundaries. You know where other people ends and where you begin, and you are aware of your aura and energetic space. So you can just be around other people much longer. But like me, you may still prefer not to hang out in crowded places. That is understandable, but you're not as bothered as you used to be. After spending so much time with your authentic self, you know what you want and what you don't want. You know what resonates with your energy and what doesn't. And you're more confident in interacting with the world and other people. You also don't feel a need to please other people that much because you know that that is just a way your ego used to protect your image. You don't have to do what other people tell you to do. You get better at voicing your needs and boundaries without feeling guilty of not meeting other people's expectation of you. And more importantly, you are not reactive when people try to control you because you know deep down that they can't. So you don't take things personally as much. When you are in the isolation stage, you may see other people as them. Like they don't understand me, they don't understand what I'm going through, they will judge my spiritual experience when I tell them. Their energy can affect my energy, so you feel a need to safeguard yourself from them and withdraw from them. But when your hermit phase has ended and you're more rooted in your spiritual perspective, you don't see other people like your enemy or people that you have to avoid. You still have your aura and protective measures, and you may still want to protect your energy, but you don't see that other people have the power to affect you unless you give them the power to do so. You are also not really bothered by other people's judgment of you, and that's why you feel more freedom talking about your spiritual experience with others. And if people feel uncomfortable about you sharing about your spiritual experience, then they will be the one to avoid you, not you avoiding them. So you don't feel so uncomfortable being around people. But at the same time, you don't feel a need to persuade or convince others about your spiritual experience because you're not getting them to understand you anymore. So for those people who aren't spiritually awakened, you may not even want to talk too much about spirituality. You can talk about other things and you be fine with it because you know that everyone has their own timing and their own journey. When it's time for them to be spiritually awakened, they will be. So you don't keep forcing your spiritual belief down their throat. The fifth sign is you keep feeling bored and uninspired. Perhaps one of the most obvious telltale signs that your hermit phase is ending is because you feel extremely bored and uninspired being alone. Initially, when you're in the hermit phase, you feel a deep sense of contentment. You don't have to do much, you don't have to talk to anyone about anything, and you're truly happy being with yourself. But when you're starting to feel bored, it means you're slowly starting to shift into discontentment and dissatisfaction. And this negative emotion that you're feeling is not a bad thing at all. It's just telling you that you need new experiences. You need more contrast in your life. There are two ways to connect deeper with yourself. One is by being alone and introspective. And the other way is to experience contrast. When you are faced with something that you dislike, you also bring about this new desire of what you truly want. No matter how good or bad your experience is, it will bring about a new set of desires, a new purpose in life, and new insights. And we came to Earth not just to experience our spirit, that is just a part of it. Another huge part of it is actually to experience the interaction between the spiritual and the physical. Your soul has a desire to reintegrate all your spiritual learnings and insight and see how they can be applied to the physical world. That's the fun of it. It's not just about being in the spiritual world. If it's just about being in the spiritual world, you don't have to come and be a human to experience the physical world. So don't be afraid to explore new things and even rekindle with the old stuff that you left behind after your hermit phase has ended. You may derive new meaning and insights because now you're seeing things with a different perspective, the spiritual perspective. So all the thing in the past is new to you now because you're seeing with a new pair of eyes. So what's next after the hermit phase or the isolation stage? Is it the integration stage or is it the exploration stage? You can check out the 8 stages of spiritual awakening in this next video.